How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. I also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So today we're going to be talking about TRCH, Torchlight Energy. Of course, I got to give you guys an update, but before we get started, of course, we got to go over the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're considering to take a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to be going over are actually two updates. They're going to be very quick, but I want to make sure you're aware of this, and it's very key for you to know, especially going into next week. Secondly, then we're going to be doing a technical analysis, taking a look at the overall price action. We saw some strength today inside of the market, and I want to make sure you're aware of that and also know what could possibly happen going into next week. Then after that, we're going to be checking out the order flow distribution. We want to know, what are the inflows, what are the outflows, was it looking fairly bullish or has it been looking bearish? And we're also going to be taking a look at the orders for the past 5 days. Very key, because this will give us a good indication of what the price action could possibly look like. And then when all of that is done, I'll be giving you guys my final thoughts and more details, of course, so let's jump into it. So for the first update, we got to give a big shout out to Reddit. They brought this to our attention because they ended up asking Webull customer service about shorts, so we're going to go over that quickly, all right? So it says, hello, I'm interested in opening a short position on TRCH. I noticed they are merging with MMAT Metamaterials. Would my short position be closed out prior to the merger June 30th, or can I keep it open while the ticker symbol changes? Best, Evan. Webull responds back, hi William, June 30th. So what this means is shorts have to cover by June 30th. So if you're going to continue to hold your shares, as far as that possible short squeeze, it could happen next week because they have to close out their position. So if they get forced out, we already know what's going to be happening with the overall stock price. So I want to make sure you keep this on your radar. You jot it down somewhere. I know many of you are in this play for this particular reason. I actually do like metamaterials, and I'm really looking forward to see what they're able to develop and how they're going to actually turn out with their operations for the future. But I wanted to make sure to let you guys know that, because I know many of you were asking questions in regards to, hey, they're paying some high short borrow fees. We're also looking at the volume, like, come on, like, when are they going to get margin called? Well, you know what? This answers all of this. Now, in regards to the second update, this is to do with the dividend. Many are saying, hey, I did not get my money today. Where's my money? And I'm like, you know what? I'm not mad at you. I know you're trying to make some money inside of the stock market, but let's be clear here. You are not getting the dividend as of yet. Instead, you're going to be given a preferred share. Once they're able to sell off their assets, which is Torchlight, then you will receive your dividend payment. So I'm going to say this very clearly here. Yes, you did not get paid your dividend today, but you are given a preferred share. Soon as when they sell off their assets, which is Torchlight, then you will be receiving your special dividend. So I'm just being clear about that so you guys are up to date. So now let's get into the other portions of the video, which will be the technical analysis and then taking a look at the order flow and then my final thoughts in more detail. So let's get into it. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis on TRCH. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $4.95, being up 4.21%. On the low, it tested $4.80, and on the high, testing $5.38. So the chart that we're using is the 1-year daily chart, and we want to see how's it lining up with our indicators. You can see down below, as far as the RSI is concerned, it is literally right around 53, so it's in the middle. It is not in the overbought territory, and it's not heavy into the oversold territory either. Of course, when we take a look at it, it's well above the 200-day, it's also above the 100-day, and it's also above the 21-day EMA. So we still have a lot of price strength here. And one of the things that is really good to see from TRCH is that the fact of the matter is we are holding up support. This 480 level is an area that I want to see continue going into next week so we can look very bullish. We also want to be clear on the fact shorts have to cover by June the 30th. So if we could hold up this 480 level, things can definitely start spiking up where we can even get into that $6 level. Of course, this will be an area of resistance, but with a lot of buying volume, no doubt in my mind, we should be able to get past this. So we tested 480 today. So this is why I'm looking forward to seeing this continue going into next week. You can see in the post market what's going down. It's at $4.87, but do not pay too much attention to that because that's when a lot of manipulation can happen in the pre-markets and as well as the after hours. As far as for the 21-day EMA right here around 459, I would say, you know what, if we're able to get to that level and rebound off of it, we are still looking very healthy here. But I'm very positive that we should be able to hold up this level and be able to make that move and retest back into the $5 area. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for TRCH. So on the inflow side, we had 98, and then on the outflow side, we had 96. So we had 2 on the large for both. We had 68 on the medium for inflow. We had 68 on the outflow side. And for small, we had 28 on the inflow and we had 26 on the outflow. At the end of the day, inflow beat out outflow for today. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, of course, we've been met with a lot of outflow here, but we did have some inflow days on June the 22nd and as well as the 23rd. So taking all of this into consideration and going into next week, of course, there's going to be a lot more volatility, but we did see a lot of strength in TRCH. And as far as that short squeeze potential that many are looking forward to see actually occur, yes, it can happen, especially since we went over the update from the post that we saw from Reddit. In the final thoughts, I'm going to go into more details about that, but you know what? I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into it. So for my final thoughts for TRCH, there's definitely a lot to look forward to going into next week. I didn't cover the short interest today because I want to make sure on the weekend I'll give you guys an update when the latest numbers do come out. But we do know shorts are heavily invested in this play. But when we looked over the post from Reddit and they asked Webull customer service, hey, if I'm going to be shorting TRCH, when do I have to cover that position? And they said June the 30th. So these shorts have to cover. So if you're looking for that short squeeze, then it would be in your best interest to either buy and hold, continue to buying, whatever you decide to do, because we should see a strong move in overall price action. Also, to be clear in regards to the dividend, yes, you did not receive your dividend today, but at the same time, you're going to be receiving a preferred share. Soon as when Torchlight is finished selling off their assets, then you will receive your special dividend. And in regards to what the new entity is going to be performed between Metamaterials and Torchlight, it's going to be MMAT, and it's going to be trading on the NASDAQ. You can see Metamaterials that's actually trading on the OTC markets. Again, that's different. It's going to be officially on the NASDAQ here, and that's what's going to happen when everything is all closed and finished out. So I wanted to make sure you guys were updated on that. In regards to when we were taking a look at the technicals and as well as the order flow, of course, there's a lot of buying and selling that is going on. There's a lot of volatility. We've seen a lot of hills and valleys in regards to this stock price. But if you're in this play, this is something that you need to be prepared for. And you also need to be aware when everything is finished, which company are you investing in is Metamaterials. So make sure you do your homework and your due diligence so you can have a lot of confidence, like myself, to see how well Metamaterials can go going forward. So that's what I wanted to update you guys on for today, and we'll be talking real soon.